If you've spent time in online MBA forums, you've seen this before. A candidate posts their statistics, GMAT or GRE, GPA, work experience, impressive job title, great employer, and then asks, why was I rejected? And inevitably, someone will chime in and say, it must have been your essays. But here's the thing, this assumption is based on a fundamental misunderstanding of what MBA essays actually do. If you've ever thought of essays as some mystical X factor that can magically make or break an application, this video is for you. Because the truth is, essays are a tool, but they're only as strong as the ingredients and strategy you put into them. Let's break this down into four core realities about MBA essays, the things that admissions committees actually see when they read them, and why they exist in the first place. Essays are not magic, they're marketing. Think of your MBA application as a product launch. The stats and resume are the raw materials, your track record of performance, but the essays, they're the branding and messaging. A weak product wrapped in great marketing won't sell for long. A great product with no marketing, no one will understand its value. Your essays are where you frame the story of your candidacy, showing how everything in your background connects to who you are and where you're headed. But if there's no substance, no outstanding professional accomplishments, no leadership impact, no ironclad clarity on your career vision, no essay can save you. Admissions isn't looking for the most beautifully written essays, they're looking for the most compelling case for why they should admit you. Essays don't override the rest of your application. Some people think of MBA essays like an extra credit assignment. If your writing is amazing, your essays will make up for everything else. But admissions doesn't work like that. The admissions committee decision making process is kind of like a courtroom. Your GPA and GMAT are like hard evidence, quantifiable proof of your academic readiness. Your work experience is proof of your career potential. And your letters of recommendation are like witness testimony, your track record verified. Your essays, they're your closing argument, the narrative that ties it all together. But here's the catch, no matter how eloquent or heartfelt your argument is, the jury still relies on the facts. If there's a fundamental gap in your academic ability or leadership potential, no essay can smooth that over. What they can do is help you stand out among people with similar qualifications. And in a hyper competitive pool, that's everything. So a perfect essay won't get you in, but a bad one can keep you out. Let's be real. Admissions officers aren't sitting in a room debating whose essay had the most poetic phrasing. No one is passing around popcorn for dramatic plot twists. They're not looking for the next Pulitzer winner. What they're looking for is clarity, substance, and authenticity. A great essay makes the admissions reader excited about your future. A bad one raises red flags. If your essay is generic, it signals a lack of introspection. If it's vague, it suggests poor communication skills. If it's too polished and impersonal, it makes them wonder, did they even write this? So, no one ever got into Stanford just because they wrote an amazing essay, but plenty of people have been rejected because their essays fail to communicate why they truly belong. The best essays aren't written, they're built. This is where people go wrong. They sit down, stare at a blank page, and think, okay, time to write my life's most important essay. But the best MBA essays don't come from writing, they come from building layer by layer, like an architect constructing a house. Before a single word hits the page, strong candidates have already done the work. Their resume, they've identified their proudest accomplishments and tightened every bullet, making it clear not just what they did, but why it mattered. Career vision, they know exactly what they want post MBA and why. The vignettes, they have identified key moments that shape their personal and professional journey. And self reflection, they've thought deeply about their values, motivations, and failures. When candidates skip these steps and jump straight into writing, their essays feel disjointed. They sound like they're trying to convince the reader instead of showing them who they really are. That's why MBA essays aren't about writing skill alone. They're about clarity, storytelling, and strategic thinking. So if you're stressing over the essays, take a step back. Before worrying about the perfect phrasing, ask yourself, what are the most compelling stories I need to share? Because in MBA admissions, just like in life, it's substance first, then storytelling. Now, if this video was helpful, hit subscribe so you never miss the actual AdCom insights about how to be an MBA candidate who gets admitted.